What's going on, guys? So I want to make another video. It's not Devil May Cry related, but it is hack and slash character action related, and I played Devil May Cry primarily for its gameplay, as I'm sure you guys are all aware of. But I want to talk about a game that has been up in development for some time now, roughly I'd say 3 to 4 years, and it's called Lost Soul Aside. For those of you guys who haven't heard of it, Lost Soul Aside was originally an indie game developed by one person. His name is not catching up to me though. Is it Bing Ying or something like that? It's something like that. That's his name. I'll probably edit it in the video. But anyway, this dude, I'll just call him this dude. This dude, he was the only person making this game, and he ended up uploading a trailer to his indie game that he was making, and it received so much positive reception from people and so much publicity that he ended up getting hired on by Sony and got his own team and his own budget to be able to work on the game. So I'm not necessarily sure if it's an indie game anymore. I think it might actually be a AAA title at this point, but it has been 3 to 4 years since he first uploaded his first trailer, and I highly recommend checking it out. I'll put a link in the description for those of you guys who haven't seen it. It looks pretty interesting, you know. Story aside, there is actually, I really shouldn't say story aside, because there isn't really too much to talk about in the gameplay, other than the fact that he does a lot of insane teleports. He has some sick ground options and air options that he can do with the sword. Kind of reminds me a bit of Virgil, but I don't really want to talk too much about its gameplay until I actually have it in my hands. But I just wanted to point out that it's another character action game, hack and slash game that is coming out in the near future that you guys may be interested in. And the reason that I got so focused and so happy that this game was a thing, I guess, was primarily because the trailer was released at the time when I felt that Devil May Cry was dead. When the reboot came out, I believe this was before the special edition and the definitive edition was even announced in the first place, so I assumed that Devil May Cry was dead, that the reboot basically killed the series, and the lack of sales and the negative reception that it was received by fans, or the, I guess I should say, mixed reception by fans from the game, or for the game I should say, I felt that Devil May Cry was dead at that point, and that I would need to find another character action game or hack and slash game for me to get myself into. Something to replace Devil May Cry, because I get burnt out really easy in the game during these, or at least as of recently, and it has been much more frequently now than ever before, which is why I'm happy that Devil May Cry 5 is out and that we have a new game to experiment with. But Lost Soul Side, I felt, was going to be that void, or that thing to fill up my void, because there was going to be no Devil May Cry game anymore. At least that's what I thought at the time. So it really made me intrigued in the game. It looks beautiful and gorgeous. Considering the fact it was made by one person at the time, it's just unbelievable. I really highly recommend checking it out. And speaking of, the reason I'm making this video is because there was a trailer that actually came out like 2 to 3 days ago showing off more story stuff. I'm not necessarily sure if there's more gameplay stuff. I'll have to check that out. But it's just going to show that it's still being in development. There is no release date for the game as of yet. I'll also put a link in the description about the new trailer that came out. I know that there was also a PSX demo that was showcased back during PlayStation Experience a while back. But overall, it really looks like a fun game, and it's definitely a game that I'm going to be saving my money to pick up. If you guys have heard of it, I would be really curious to know what you guys think about it. To me, it looks like a really interesting take on the hack and slash genre. For one, the fact that it was an open world hack and slash game, which is not really too new anymore with Nier Automata doing the same thing, but it's still another game that I really want to get myself into, and hopefully it's, you know, has some depth into it, you know, something to be taken to a level that I would like to. But anyway, it's just a quick video I wanted to discuss. I'm not really going to analyze any trailers or anything of the sort. I might make more content on the game in the future when more news comes out, because it's a game that I am really interested in outside of DMC 5, and I think you guys should take a look at it as well, especially if you really played Devil May Cry for its gameplay. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be the next Devil May Cry by any means, and I doubt that any game will even come close to that anytime soon, but I think it's another game that's worth taking a second look into if you've heard of it, or at the very least a chance. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. If you guys have seen the trailer, I would like to know what you guys think. But other than that, I'm gonna jet. So thanks you guys for watching, and take care, guys, and I'll see you guys soon.